Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I want to talk to you about the worst thing your family can do in your OCD recovery. And this is just from my experience of over 10 years now helping people recover. And a lot of the times it's parents that contact me um, about their children. And what I see a lot of the time is when a child first gets OCD, the parents who love the child very much want to help in any way they can. And in what way can they help? They can help by reducing anxiety with the child, right? That's logical thinking process, right? Well, if I just help the child reduce anxiety, everything will go back to normal. Okay, you don't want to touch the doors? Fine, don't touch the doors. You don't want to uh, um, um, do things this way. You want to do things in an OCD safe way. You don't want to go around knives. Fine, don't go around knives. Just feel okay. I just want you to feel okay as a parent, right? And this attitude, although understandable, is extremely damaging to the person's recovery. If you are a parent listening to this, and if your child is still young enough where you are living with them, you are able to impact their recovery, the best thing you can do is to show them normal behavior. If you help OCD, you become part of their OCD compulsions. So you help it's enabling. Basically, it's enabling. You help the OCD keep going. And I would say pretty much 9 times out of 10 would be kind of underestimating. It's 10 times out of 10 when I see people doing really, really badly. It's because the entire family is jumping when OCD says jump and doing what OCD wants them to do. And again, the motivation is because the family doesn't want to see the person suffer. But by doing the compulsions, they continue to suffer because they're showing the brain that these thoughts are important because I'm paying attention to them. And that part of the brain that doesn't understand reason, it only understands the person's actions. So if the person is afraid, say, to touch the door, then every time they touch the door, it's going to be very scary, especially if they do it accidentally, right? It's going to be very, very scary. And then it's like, well, I can't even touch other things around the house, right? So it continues. It's very isolating in that way, right? Because it wants more and more and more, basically painting the person into a corner. And if everybody in the family dances around OCD, then that painting into the corner becomes much faster because it's kind of like, okay, well, we won't take knives out anymore, and then whenever a person sees a knife now, even say on TV or in a store, they have a meltdown because they have not been exposed to it at all, which what would be the opposite of this is to continue to do ERP and all the time being around knives or whatever the situation is. I'm just giving an example. But really actively pushing through, refusing to give in to OCD. And it's very difficult because it's somebody you care about. So you don't want to see them suffer. And it's totally understandable. But understand that in the overall scheme, you're doing them a great disservice by helping them in the moment. And you can have that honest if you are a parent or somebody who is around the person suffering with OCD and you understand this, it would be a good idea to have an open and honest conversation and say, listen, I know you want me to help you with your compulsions, but I can't because it only creates more fear. It only creates deeper OCD and makes you go down this rabbit hole, and I can't do it anymore. And if you're honest and explain your position, that kind of puts them in the mind frame of, wait a minute, I am doing things that other people are not doing, or I am taking it in the way other people are not taking it. And then they start to also work on their recovery. But if everybody does the same thing, if everybody dances to the OCD tune, then what recovery are we talking about? So I just wanted you, if you're in that situation, keep that in mind and try to do the right thing, even though it's extremely difficult. Thank you for watching. I hope you find my videos helpful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program, All the information is on youhaveocd.com. If you're a parent and you just want some questions answered, I do have a one session package which works well for those situations, just to understand what needs to be done and how to react in certain situations. So I do recommend that if you have any specific questions, but generally just don't give in. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.